Jared, as always, thanks for being with us. You just get me today with Gator out. And we start with the extra time off over the weekend. How was the extra time off?
Yeah, man, it was great. It was good to get a little rest. It felt like, a real mini bye, and came at a good time for us. We had gone, a pretty good stretch there of games in a row, and it was nice to get a few days off and get your body back.
Is it just rest, or are you doing Christmas shopping? Are you watching football? What does Jared Goff do at the time?
Yeah, a lot of rest, but yeah, I did knock out some Christmas shopping, and you got a little bit of free time on your hands, and it was good to get some stuff off the checklist for sure.
Yeah. So I know Thursday's kind of in the rearview mirror, and you guys are on to Buffalo, but revisiting that, Dan Campbell seemed particularly pumped in the postgame locker room. I think a number of people made that observation. Was that game, did you feel like, given all that you guys have had to deal with injuries, really important to him, meant a lot to him, and did it maybe mean the same to you and everybody?
Yeah, I think so. I think, it was a big game for everyone. I think he's always fired up. But, yeah, it's a division game. It's at home. In a lot of ways it was set up in every way for us to have a letdown, and we did the exact opposite of that. We came out and played really well, and our defense held strong, and those guys that had just got on the team, followed suit. And it was a cool win for us with the circumstances, and certainly a good one to get against a division team.
The fourth down decisions have got a ton of attention, and I argue that the fourth down decisions do more than just keep the football and move the chains. I think it's a mentality. I think it's part of your culture. Is that true? Is the way he coaches, does it benefit the team beyond just keeping the football and moving the chains?
Yeah, of course. I think it shows a belief in the offense. It shows a belief in us, and it's just been kind of the way we've done things since he's gotten here, and been a little bit more aggressive than other teams. And a lot of times it's worked for us. It's been great. Obviously, it worked for us on that fourth down late in the game, and made the game. Finished the game essentially. Didn't give them a chance to do anything with it. And it's funny to hear all the criticism after it works. Gosh, you can only imagine how bad it would have been if it didn't work. But it's bizarre. Yeah, it was a weird weekend to hear them talking about it and how critical they were of Dan on a decision that was correct in hindsight. So it's funny. Everyone's got an opinion. For us, it works, and I'm sure we'll keep doing it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is, I feel like it's part of your culture. Like, he's very aggressive, and it's reprogrammed because we dealt with such a bad culture here for so long. Do other people around the league, like people on other teams, does anybody ever talk to you about this?
No, not really.
Okay.
No, and that's a good point you made there. And I saw it. I think someone said that I had convinced him to do it, and I'm like, no, no, I didn't have any convincing with him. He does that all on his own, and we're fired up when he does it. And it had nothing to do with me. I walked over there and asked him, hey, what's the plan? And he was kind of deliberating it and told us we were going to go for it.
Do you think that in any way Green Bay was caught napping? Think that you guys were just trying to get him to jump into the neutral zone?
Yeah, potentially. Yeah, we had just used a timeout, so we couldn't have used a back-to-back timeout. So, but yeah, maybe they thought we were going to take a delay game, and that certainly wasn't a thought for us. Like, oh, maybe they're going to not think we're going to snap this, so we're going to. No, it was, hey, do you want to go for it? And Dan kind of thought about it for a second, and then said, yeah, let's do it.
Final thing, when you did get tripped up, what thought went through your mind?
Yeah, it's one of those things where everything starts happening in slow motion. Yeah, no, it's not like that's the first time it's ever happened to me or any other quarterback. It's not that unusual to happen. I think it just gets a lot of attention because of the play it was on. But, yeah, just finding any way to get it to Montgomery at that point. If I had to flip it to him, I would have done that. But felt like I was close enough to just hand it to him from the ground and was able to make it happen.
All right, moving on to other topics. Something I've always found interesting about the NFL is you guys start in the spring. You're in the trenches together. You have OTAs. You have mini camps. You get to know one another. You do rep and rep and rep. Then the season starts. Suddenly guys get hurt. And the next thing you know, a Jamal Adams is in your locker room and starting a game 3 days later. What's it like to have players come parachuting in that all you've ever done is play against them, and now they're on your side?
Yeah, it's cool. It's very cool. I've had a lot of battles with Jamal, Quan, a lot of these guys that are coming in. It's fun to see them kind of adopt our culture, and it's always good. Like it's kind of cliche here, but it seems like Brad always brings in the same type of guy, like dudes that just love football. And regardless of at what point in their career they are, they just want to be a part of a good team and they want to play football. They want to be on the field. They want to make plays happen. They don't care to be the feature guy. They don't care to be, the guy getting to make all the plays. They just want to be out there making plays. And that's what these guys that we've brought in have done and have given us a little bit of juice over there defensively. And we'll see what comes of it. But Jamal's been great so far, and Quan's been great. Jonah, Miles, all those guys they've been awesome.
Do you find yourself swapping war stories from games in the past with those guys?
If we have any, yeah. I mean, I can't think of any in particular. I played Jamal in Seattle for quite some years, and nothing really jumps out. But yeah, we had some fun competing against each other.
Yeah. Another guy I find really interesting on your roster, and you guys needed him this week, is Dan Skipper. It feels like he's becoming a bit of a fan favorite for a variety of reasons. The extra O-line stuff, he caught a pass from you, the whole reporting eligible thing, and now he's been counted on to be your left tackle. How do you think Skip did?
Yeah, I thought he really played well this past week, and that typically happens. It's been a few times he's had to play this year, and it seems like just as time goes on, those guys get more comfortable with more snaps. And I thought this past week was one of his better games that I've seen him play, and consistent pass pro run game. Everything was great, and he was dialed in, and even drew us a nice 15-yard penalty. That was fun. So he did a great job stepping in. He always typically does, and it was good.
Yeah. What kind of dude is he?
He's great. What do you mean?
Well, he seems like he's a character or personality, but I'm watching from afar, so I just wondered if there's anything about him that stands out.
I don't know, maybe how hard he works and how he's kept himself in the league despite getting cut, 8-9 times, and has had a great career. And he's a great guy. He's a guy that you want on your team in your locker room, and is always ready, whether it's guard or tackle for us. He's ready to step in.
Gotcha. Every week we talk about Tim Patrick. How happy were you to see him in the end zone?
Oh, it was great. Yeah, it was awesome. It really was, and it's been a long time coming. And we got him in Dallas, and they called him just short, and then we get him. We hadn't been able to get him in since, and to get him two and both be fourth down conversions, pretty. Maybe one of them was third down, but to be in pretty critical moments of the game was awesome.
Did you know? Was it a spur of the moment thing to grab the football and give it to him, or was that something you always looked to do?
Yeah, I knew it was his first one, and I saw him spike it, and I was like, he's gonna want that. And, I just went over there and grabbed it for him. And, spur of the moment. I wasn't thinking about that before the play.
Gotcha. All right, so Buffalo coming up this week. What stands out about Buffalo as you prepare for this? This is a marquee game and another big showdown.
Yeah, they're consistent. They always have been. They've been a great team for a long time. They're very well coached. They certainly score a lot of points. So, depending how this game will go, maybe we'll have to match that and see how it goes. But, yeah, their defense is good. Their defense is really good. They're good at all three levels. They got good pass rushers, good linebackers, good DBs. They're tough. They're well coached, like I said, and it'll be a good challenge.
All right, so a couple other things I want to get away from the NFL. College football. Do you have any thoughts on the playoff? Do you like the format? Do you get a chance to pay attention to it, or is that something at this point off your radar?
Yeah, I think it's fun that some teams are able to get involved that typically aren't. In the past it's been two SEC teams, the winner of the Big Ten, and then the next best team, and now it's it's kind of anyone's ball game, and it's fun to see some teams get a chance at it. And it's kind of how it is in the NFL. You get in as a wild card team, you can make a run, you get hot, so it is cool.
And while I have to have you here, I'm on the Michigan Football Network, and they've got a potential to have a true freshman starting quarterback next year, a 5-star kid that just committed. You started as a true freshman at Cal. Would you have any advice to anybody that's in that situation, how difficult that is, or things that could be challenging?
Yeah, man. I met Bryce last year. He came by the facility, and that kid's impressive, and I'm sure he'll do a great job there if he ends up playing. But yeah, he's just learn as much as you can, and have fun. You're living the dream, and just try to soak in as much information as possible.
All right, 2 quick questions from the listeners as we wrap it up. One is, what's your favorite Christmas movie? Listeners wanted to know what your favorite Christmas movie is.
Christmas Vacation.
Okay. All right. Clark Griswold fan then?
What's your favorite Christmas movie?
Die Hard. I'm not a movie guy, so I don't see a lot of them, but I go Die Hard, and I think it qualifies.
All right.
Subject to debate. And the other one is people want to know, was Dan Skipper really puking in the locker room?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I don't know why else he was bent over the trash can. I didn't notice until Dan had called him out in the middle of that speech, but yeah, I'm sure he was. He was exhausted. That was a long game.
Such a funny moment. Hey, we appreciate your time. Good luck. We'll talk again next week.
Awesome. Thanks.
There he is, Jared Goff, the quarterback of your first place Detroit Lions.